Welcome back, viewers. We are continuing with the Nuer, the Naath, the Ran. Mr. Deng, if we say we count you 2, 3, 4, are you 200? Are you 1 million? Are you what?
Yeah, I think the question of population census in Southern Sudan is a very crucial one, because in the past, there should be more than that, but within that time, they were fearing of being counted by the colonizers, because they don't know the reason why they wanted. They fear, so they eyed the people. If the white man or colonizer came to you at that time, and you are 10 in the family, you would just give him 2 people.
When you are 10?
Yeah, when you are 10, because you thought that maybe you want to kill them. So when you know their number,
you will bewitch them.
Yeah, it would be easy for them to know who remains and who is not.
Okay.
Because they were in conflict with the colonizers at that time. So I think the Nuer is maybe 2 million population, I think.
Good. Now, in the story of origin of the Cholo, there is an indication that there was a remote link between you and the Shilluk of Nyikang. Do you confirm?
I think for these Nilotic people, the Denka, the Shilluk, the Nuer, and the Luo, because you will learn that from that when they have some word in common, especially the water, the fire, womb, and mouse, AI, which is Wang. I think they were just departed in some years back. They were one group anyway. So that time, I think that time they were one people. And for the Nuer and Denka, it has been reported by some writers that it was in 85 BC that the Nuer and Denka became a different group.
Separate.
But Shilluk and Anuak and the rest, they moved before, 300 years before that time. So anyway, they were one in the past. Because now, if you study the Luo languages, for the Luo language, you will find that there's many common words related to the Nuer language as well as Denka.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, we apparently, Nuer is regarded now in the Sudan as the Middle East of South Sudan. Most of the fertility of religion is found within this area. There are many prophets that you can't find with other communities here. What is the real reason that gives you this fertility of religion, so that you find Ngundeng, you find Dwaldiu, you find Warnyang, you find... What is that?
I think because this Nilotic, as I mentioned earlier, the eastern of the Nile, that Nile moved from south to the north. I think our people were in Egypt before. They were in that civilization of northern Sudan. And because Jews also, they were there in Egypt, in which they moved from Egypt to the Promised Land. That is where they depart. So the Nuer are reflecting that kind of elements, which are the Jews' culture. But Jews now claiming that they lose some ethnic group, some tribe. But I think because the African history is saying that the people, the modern human being is created in Africa. So I think the Jews are part of this Nilotic. No, these Nilotic are part of Jews.
Partly Kush, actually.
Kush kingdom.
Is a biblical personality,
yes,
who is supposed to have come to the Sudan.
Yes. I think it's from there. So the culture of prophets in the Nuer land reflecting that elements. In Nuer you find that these prophets, they prophesize of what will be coming, starting from Ngundeng. So I think that culture, that element of culture is the same as it is now happening in Jewish history. Because when you're reading the Bible, the historical names, the Kush kingdom, the Nemrut, the black human being, Egypt, and Kush, as brought in the Bible, these Nilotic, their grandparents may be from that of Kush. Yeah.
where are the areas where most of these prophets came from, actually? Because I understand there is one concentration in a particular area in the Nuer land where many of these prophets came from. Where is that?
Yeah, the first and the most is Ngundeng. Ngundeng is from Shienle clan, a Bulisne group, because the Bulnuer are Kwarmon, the sheep of the priest of the earth. They wear this like what I'm wearing now, white.
The leopard skin.
The leopard skin. So Ngundeng was from that type. The only thing really that he moved from Western Upper Nile, moved from Bantu to the new land known as Dorkumkan. That is this light land, including Nasser, including Akoba, they call it the Dorkumkan.
Right.
Yeah. And from there, Ngundeng rose as a prophet. When you come to Fangag, you'll find Diu. Diu. Another prophet too. Dual. Dual is his son. But the prophet name is Denlika.
I see.
But the spirit was known as Diu. The prophet was, the spirit was Diu. And then when you come to the middle, to the center where you find Tudunkur. Tudunkur is a brother of Mana Wan, the small brother. It was in 1955. And the prophet died in 1988. That was the time when there was this one, the Plat. There was this fame in all Sudan. That was Tudunkur. And the person who was Ruekwi Gil. That was
another prophet.
That's the same prophet. But the Tudunkur was a spirit. And then when you go to the Western Nile, you find some minor prophets. But among there was Kulankit. Kulankit was the person who has been inspired by the spirit of Mana, known Mana Wan, Mana Luthera. So these are
These spirits are dwelling in certain totemic, in the system of totems. You know, this, it would appear, is also among the Nuer, actually. The divination sometimes is designated to a certain either animal or this totem system of religion is part of the practice, the religious practice of most of these prophets. That's why probably you find this leopard skin, leopard what? Do you talk a little about this, I wonder?
In the Nuer there were five Kwar. They start with Kwarmon, which is the priest of the earth. That is Kwarmon. And Kwarmon is a peacemaker, as well as an independent body who try to solve the being peace to the community. And then next to him is Woodhall, the cattle expert. So whenever there is something, there is a disease among cattle, whenever there was no production among the cattle, he's the only person who is going to be asked about what to do. And third is Kwarthai. Kwarthai is an expert and a water expert. So he knows whether this water is spoiled or poison or not. Even when there's no fish, he's going to be the person who is going to be asked about why there's no fish. Even when the crocodile is eating people, harming people from the Nile, he's going to be the one who's going to be consulted. So in modern time, it's just like a minister of water resources, wildlife, and all this. Water resources.
Without power, the one of our times.
Yeah,
no power over the wildlife. Right?
And there's a minister, another one, known as Kwartang, the owner of the tongue, which is the spear shaft. So when people go to war, he's just like the minister of defense. So who is one who's going to decide to break that tongue or shaft within the war. And the final one, that's known as Dwek.